All right, thank you for jumping on with us for our Tri-State Trends podcast. I got my man Michael Racaniello, who is coming off of one of his biggest days in his career ever. Definitely trending with us. We wanted to talk about it, and we want to discuss how him and FFL Selfless are breaking records. So how you doing, brother?
Good, good. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Absolutely, man. Excited to have you. The one thing I noticed, the first thing is that you're wearing a suit and a tie. And I walk around all day with like pullovers and t-shirts and polos. So give me a backdrop, my man, on the suit and tie.
Sure. So it's officially now an everyday get up. I've done some testing, uh, basically testing my environment. So I've noticed when I wear suit and tie, my conversions are way higher. Especially because primarily I'm doing IULs, so I do Zoom calls. So I've tested with in normal clothes, and I tested in a business environment in an office, suit and tie. I get bigger premiums. I get more trust, better conversations, and I'm converting deals a lot quicker now. So suit and tie is here to stay.
I like it. I like it a lot. Before we go any further, tell us a little bit about where you're coming from, how you found Family First Life, and what industries were you in?
Sure. So pretty interesting. So I built businesses before in my past. Primarily, I was in the medical field, medical device, and about a couple years ago, I started a digital marketing company, Facebook ads, Google ads, and things like that. Funny enough, Tier became one of my clients, and I didn't
Hmm.
know anything about insurance. Started generating him some leads. He was seeing some success, and I asked him, how do you guys get paid? I didn't realize, the insurance industry was so big and profitable. I was confused on how he was able to pay me the money that I would ask.
Hmm.
So when he explained to me, I put two and two together. I'm like, well, I have an agency. I know Facebook ads. I know how to generate leads. Why not do this myself? And it was a
Hmm.
wrap after that. Basically he got me set up. I got my license within a week or two and been going ever since.
Makes all the sense in the world. Smart move.
Right. Yeah. It made
I love
two
it.
plus two equals four.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you saw immediately the personal production route made a lot of sense for you. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like the idea of being able to build a team, but I hate the idea of relying on other people to determine my future, right?
Mm.
So that's one thing I really liked about the business was that, I could, well, parts of things that I didn't like about other businesses when I was building companies and running companies was employees, right? It was difficult, getting them to do their work, show up on time, perform the way you want was a heartache. But when I got involved in insurance and I realized, well, all I got to do is either buy leads or generate my own leads, and my money's just depended on me and me alone. That made a lot of sense, made me want to work a lot harder. Um, and that's what I've been doing. I'd have a little bit of a team. I think I have like 6 people on there. But like I said, now I'm at the point where I'm getting pretty good at this and I have some knowledge to throw onto others and show them my way. So I'll be, heavily recruiting in the next couple of months.
I love this, man, a lot. Let's talk about this big day. 47 families in a day, a decent amount of IUL coverage, also some final expense stuff you generated. What did that look like, and how did you get that many people to say yes and help them with policies?
Sure. So it's essentially just treating this, not like a job and treating it like a business, right? So when I would build other businesses, you come up with a marketing plan, you come up with a strategy, you come up with a goal, and then from there you just figure out the math, right? So I basically know my metrics. I know what I need to spend to get so many appointments, so many calls. So, I basically just spend the money to get the appointments and then close them. I think part of that successful day is most of the people I hop on Zoom with already know who I am before I jump on. I create a lot of content online. I do a lot of digital marketing. So most people know me before they get to the table, right? So it makes the conversation and the trust all that much better. So that's basically it. That's kind of how that day happened. And I just don't. I make it so simple that saying no looks stupid, right? You can't really say no when you make something make so
Yeah.
much sense, and they feel actually dumb for saying no. Most of the time they say yes. I would say I'm converting about 90 to 95% of all the people I
Yeah.
hop on the Zoom with, which explains that big day, right? It doesn't take that, that's only, maybe 7 meetings a day to get to that number.
That's strong. Um, I love it. So when you put it together like that, I mean, it's like you got the clients saying yes before you even jump on the Zoom. That's pretty strong psychology. You know,
Yeah.
Obviously
I'm
there's
all about
ingredients.
automation.
Yeah, there's ingredients going into that. Let's talk about
Yeah. So I'm all about automation. So, the more I can automate my business. So if I get people to watch videos of me explaining things and basically an automated sales pitch, and then all I have to do is get on there and to know that I'm a real person, I'm for real, and I can really help them. That's kind of the key to my success. And just keep repeating that.
it over and over and
So
over
you
again.
have, over and over again, right? The thing I fell in love with this business is just math.
Ah,
You can make as much money as you want. It's just a borrow game. It's all right. If I want to make 10, I got to spend 2 or 3. And if I want to make 50 X, it's nothing but an equation. So once you wrap your mind around that and you put a plan, you define a specific goal, a revenue goal for yourself. All you got to do is I need X amount of leads, get me X appointments. X appointments equal X deals, and then just kind of work your plan, and sky's the limit. I mean,
how did you figure?
there's no limit.
How'd you figure out this is just a math equation? Like what part of this business? How long you been in this business?
Well, like I said, I've only been doing this since January, right? But I've ran other companies before.
Got it.
I built brands. So I kind of had some other, business background going into this. So these are things that I always were used to, and I basically took what I already know and implemented into an industry that has crazy multiples, right? So whenever I look at mm, jumping into, new business, new investment, I look for, high multiples. What's going to give me high margins? Is there a big market? Can I get recurring revenue? And when I stumbled upon, life insurance and financial products, it's got all the, it's got all the ingredients, right? You could buy a lead
Mm.
for $15, and that lead could pay you 15. That lead, if they continue to pay, can give you that recurring revenue. And as far as the market size go, everybody needs it. It's endless. So it just makes sense. It's really honestly, it's like the easiest business in the world. Once you simplify it and you make it, it's like it's laughable, right? It's like it's just a math equation. That's all it is.
Do you see that? Do you see that math equation the same way when it comes to building a team?
Uh, I'm hoping so, right? So I'm trying to put that together and figure out what my next move is to do that. Basically, I want to be in a position where I'm not sitting there interviewing 100 people trying to find the right people, but basically automating processes to make people go through certain things, to automate how to teach them my way. That way, by the time they get to me, they're already groomed and ready to go, and they just need my special sauce, right? Just to say, hey, this is what you do, this is how you do it, this is the script we use, and kind of build like my own army. Basically multiple copies of myself. Hopefully, that's the plan.
I love it, man. I love it. Do you have a consistent process and a consistent flow to your work ethic and the way you view appointments slash your week to week, your month to month, your goals that you're trying to do issue pay wise? Is that all there for you yet? Or are you still going through like
Yeah,
the process of trying to make your back end better?
I mean, there's always room for improvement, but I kind of have my sales process down. So we use, I write a script. I use my own script to keep myself on track. Um, Everybody I talk to, I'm looking to one call close. Doesn't matter what it is. If I can't, I'm scheduling them for tomorrow. If they can't do tomorrow, the next day. Try to keep it tight. That way you don't give them too much time to kind of lose that momentum. Everything is energy, right? So as soon as you get a little bit of positive energy, you gotta keep it going. If you let it die out, people start dying out. So it's the same with leads. As far as revenue goals, I want to hit Hall of Fame going at least going into this. I think I'm on track for that. It kind of sky's the limit. I see myself as, I would like to be able to produce maybe, over 100 a month initially paid in my own personal production. So based on what I'm doing, I believe that could be done.
Makes sense. Guys are doing it. You got front row seat to Steve Giordano, who's getting that done. I'm sure you're able to kind of pick his brain a little bit. But listen, man, I love what you're doing. I love that it's happening. I'm glad we were able to get you on this podcast. I would say the word trending is an understatement based on what's happening. I see the trajectory where you're going. The light bulbs are going off. It's your time.
Feels that way. Just got to keep it going and just keep working. Just keep working hard. That's all it is. Put in the work. You get the
That's it, my
results.
brother. Put that work in. We know how it goes. Thank you for jumping on with us for our Tri-State Trends podcast, Mike.
Sure. Absolutely. Enjoyed it.
Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much.
See y'all later.